Boom, there's a bite right there on that planer. There it is, there it is, there it is. All right, guys, a little walk to the bait cooler. We know what we pull out of here. Oh yeah, the magic chicken. Look at that, that's pretty. We got chicken, chicken's back on the boat. Boom, cutting board's in a new place finally. Put my cutting board someplace. I think I'm gonna like it better. But anyway, let's get to fishing. Here's what we're doing. We're dragging some baits. One side of the boat, we're putting out demon dragons. Got something new. That's called Black Betty. See that right there? That is a real demon dragon. It is Black Betty. It will be affectionately known as Black Betty from now on. Solid black demon dragon. This is a real demon dragon. This is not a fake. This is not an aftermarket. This is not homemade. This is a real demon dragon, but it's one you can't buy. We're gonna try it out today. Dig over here into the chicken bag. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was very tempted to fish some cut bait, but I kind of want to do a side-by-side comparison just to see how my demon dragons, especially this Black Betty, does against a regular color demon dragon and the peg floats that I got on this side. We'll see if it makes a difference. We're fishing some deep water. We're in about 50 feet of water, so a little different setup today. We're on Lake Norman. Big water. We'll be going into some even deeper water. But boom, piece of chicken on that one. Black Betty has chicken. All right, as I'm sitting here thinking, I got an idea. We are gonna put out some cut bait. We're gonna put a cut bait on each side. I've got one of the big ones. This one is not Black Betty, but at least it's dark. The big one is heavy. I'm gonna put a big perch head on this and a piece of cut bait. Let's put it on the red reel on the other side. It's a nice big white perch. We're gonna scale him first. Here on the cutting table. I like my new position on my cutting table. I think it's gonna be easier to film stuff on it too. I'll take a fillet off this side. We'll put that big old head chunk on this big demon dragon on this side. Now all we'll do is we'll put a size appropriate fillet on the other side. Actually, no, we'll just put a big one out. There we go. Let me get that out. Got to get a planer board in the water first. B-cap boards. Down hole. It's a B-cap board. Another B-cap board. Guess what? Another B-cap board. They're all B-cap boards. That's all I use. We're gonna try to cover some water. We don't have a lot of wind. We got enough to move us pretty slow. I've got one big drift sock out, and that should push us down through here nicely. I have always been curious just when having a demon dragon makes a difference. Shot a video the other day, only caught 3 fish. 2 of them came on them. Does it make a difference on certain bites? Don't know. Does it make a difference when the bite is bad? That's the real question. I'm gonna get this big perch head. Remember, the big piece of cut bait is right there on the big demon dragon. Red reel is gonna have a piece of cut bait in it. I'm gonna put out a big perch fillet on it just to keep it kind of fair. Now, one thing I always say to do, if you're going to a new lake, a new area of a lake that you fished or a river, get on Navionics and look at it. Get on Google Earth and look at it. Do a little bit of research. It's a great way to see what's out there and get a little lay of the land, so to speak. Navionics shows you what's under the water. Google Earth will show you what's on top of it. So it can really help you out. Putting that time in, sitting around at night, maybe with your iPad or on your laptop or even on your phone, you can look over this stuff. Get an idea of what kind of contours, depths, ups and downs, dips, ledges, that kind of stuff's out there. It's a great research tool before you head out on the water. And I was just reeling stuff in the move, and I seen a rod go, and it popped back. Kind of got hangy in here, and then boom, it came back and hit it. Just getting ready to reel in. I was like, dang, I am not getting bit. Not marking a lot either. And then pow, this one got smacked. This is one of the demon dragons. There we go. Pull it, big boy. Come on and pull it. Pull on that thing. Like I said, I was just getting ready to leave. I've been dragging through here for a good ways. It's a good bend on a Hellcat, I'm telling you. Not marking anything in here, man. Again, this is on the chicken. See, that outside one keeps going, but it's digging in. I think it's got a heavier sinker on it. It's a good fish. If you ever wonder, I always dip my net in the water first. It gets all that slime on it and kind of gets stuck together. You get it wet. It also helps with slime cut on the fish. It's not as abrasive. Again, this is a chicken. Outside 2 rods had perch on them. Maybe there's some fish up here shallower. That that rod bending. That's a good bend on. I think this is a good fish. Or it's just angry. Oh, I was wrong. Bam. In the net. I was wrong, guys. That is actually on the perch head. It's on the bigger demon dragon, the big heavier one. Let's get this fish in and weigh it. All right, guys, there he is. About 14 pounds. Nice fish. Darker color. No mud on him either. That's kind of interesting. A lot of times when you get into a slow bite, but I don't know if they've had a slow bite up here on Lake Norman or not. Let's get him back alive. Yeah. Keep going. Boom, there's a bite right there on that planer. There it is, there it is, there it is. Outside planer board. Made a move, new location. Dragging in a small little creek mouth here. It's a small creek that comes in here. There was a little bit of muddy water in the back. Not muddy, but stained. I decided to go into it and started pulling out of it. Man, I ain't marked hardly anything. And this feels like either A, a good fish, or B, he's wrapped, because he's coming in awful heavy. This one is on chicken. I decided to put, just for, so I'd know, my 2 rods straight out the back that are not on planers. The 2 rods straight out the back have the white perch on them. The other rods have got chicken. This is on the Demon Dragon. All the Hellcats, green rods are Hellcats, have the Demon Dragons. And guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, this feels like a good fish. Feels like a good fish. Obviously, I always get a little bit of drag off the planer board. But I kind of know what that feels like. Let's see, yeah, I'm trying to see him. He's going to the other side of the boat. I'll try to slowly bring him over to this side. There he goes. He wants to go back down. There he is, 15 feet. I can see him on the sonar right there. Slow bite, but we're getting some fish. He's close. He's close. Boom, got him. Black Betty got a fish. It's number 2 on the Demon Dragons today. Another nice fish. Let's get him in the boat and see what he looks like. Nice fish. Heck yeah. There it is, Black Betty. What you're gonna do is you're gonna call up Tackle Bandit. They're the ones who sell Demon Dragons. Tell them you want Black Betty. You want a pack of Black Betties. They're gonna tell you and they ain't gonna have any. I'm the only one using these. If I start catching fish on them, Tackle Bandit, you're gonna have to make a Black Betty. Another solid fish. Simmer. Another solid one. Yes, sir. Good old Lake Norman Blue Cat. Fun to catch, guys. Nice fish. 14 pounds. I'll get it back alive so you can catch it. All right, guys, that's 2 fish. Both of them have come on the Demon Dragons, which is awesome. One of them on Black Betty, solid black Demon Dragon. And the other one came on the bigger Demon Dragon that had the perch head. One on chicken, one on perch, what I'd call a slow bite. And maybe these things make a difference in a slow bite. Like I always say, you don't determine whether something is successful in one fishing trip or a failure. Good bite, good bite. Look at that rod go, look at that rod go. Got out here in a little deeper water. Finally had a court go. This is actually on a piece of cut bait. This is the big perch fillet I had back. Man, the bite is not on fire by any means. The fish we've caught have been good fish, as I believe this one will be. Try to work him to this. Ah, get out of that line. Get out of that line. Get out of that. Get out of that. I don't know if he's in that one or not. Yeah. Let's see if he cleared it. Try to work him to this side of the boat. Even though he came from that side. There's that drift side. There we go. Man, I just don't mark a lot out here on the sonar. It's funny, if I was to roll up here and look for fish to catch, I wouldn't fish here. That's some gin clear water there, guys. It's probably the biggest one of the day right there. I'll tell you what, if you're only going to catch a few fish on a trip, these are the few that I want to catch. Good fish, probably the biggest one so far. There you go, guys. About 17 pounds. Nice fish. Very nice blue cat. Getting healthy and going back alive. All right, guys, there's fish number 3 in the boat. Not a good bite at all as far as numbers go, but that's really honestly probably typical winter fishing. 3 good fish though. Happy with the size of the fish, that one being the biggest. So far out here, it's a beautiful day. We get a little breeze, it goes away. We get a little breeze, it goes away. You know, 2 on the Demon Dragons, 1 on the styrofoam rig, 2 on cut bait. What's the downside to Demon Dragons? Well, one thing's the cost. They're expensive. I've lost maybe 4. I think it's 4. 2 of them have been the Demon Dragons. One of them was one of the black ones. One was one that I replaced it with, and I lost a couple of peg floats. So the cost, I mean, you're looking at $4 to $5 for a Demon Dragon just for the float itself, versus the cost of a styrofoam float that's about 33 to 35 cents. Big difference in price. Downsides, the other downsides, they're a little more of a pain to rig up, as far as just what you have to do rigging wise. They're not very fast. That's not the end of the world. Is it worth it? Well, that's a good question. That's what we're out here trying to figure out. That's what we're out here fishing, and it's something you got to decide yourself. You know, if you're catching more fish, did we catch twice as many fish on the Demon Dragons today as we did the styrofoam floats because it was a tough bite and it made the fish hit? Who knows? Maybe so. Is it different whenever the bite's really, really good? Who knows? We'll find out. We'll do some more with them. But I like the black ones. I like Black Betty. I think that's going to prove to be a better float. I don't know. I got a feeling that the black's going to make a difference in the long run, over the long haul. So that's all we can do is keep fishing, keep track of this stuff, enjoy the time on the water. If, you know, if that gets you out on the water, trying something new, then all means it's worth it. But the time on the water is the real value.